All right, guys, welcome back. This is RJ with Latin International once again at the Tejano UpRadio toy drive for the Tejanitos, and we have a very, very special guest with us today, Vic Trevino. Welcome, Vic.
Thank you. Glad to be here. Good to be here.
And Vic, I noticed you're in San Antonio a lot, and you go out to different events, but here this is a great cause for the kids and stuff, and you're always showing up to events like this. With the history that you have, the following and stuff, but why do you take the time out for events like this?
There's no way that I couldn't take time out for doing something like this. Although I was born in California, I was born in East LA, in a very modest area, low income. We never really had any money. We moved to San Antonio, grew up on the south side here, went to McCullum High School, boys. But there was one thing that I really, really felt touched by, and that was growing up, most of the time I didn't have a dad that was present in my life, and there was always this void. There was always this feeling of like something was missing, something wasn't there. As time went on and I got older, and I started becoming really interested in storytelling and stories and storytelling. And what I mean by that, writing, filming, acting things out, things of that sort. It gave me an outlet in terms of how to deal with things that were affecting me, things of that sort. I ended up going to UCLA. I earned my Master of Fine Arts in acting. I got 2 undergraduate degrees from the University of Southern California, one in cinematic arts and another one in drama. And why do all that? Because I wasn't really treated equally in the 1980s as an actor because of the color of my skin or because of my Mexican surname. It was all about putting me into some kind of a box of some sort. In those days, casting directors would ask me, "What are you?" And I said, "Well, I'm a classically trained actor." And they'd say, "Well, no, that's not exactly what we mean." It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough to have that kind of a pedigree. I learned that in order to supersede all of that, you have to make your own noise. And part of that is working with our youth and providing them with leadership skills, with training, with opportunities, particularly those students who want to do something similar to this. There are so many stories to be told. During COVID, I wasn't working as an actor because everything closed down, and I started teaching, and I discovered I really, really liked teaching. I really liked working with the kids. Many of them reminded me of me when I was walking in their shoes, and many of them, especially the boys, didn't have fathers. And we used the arts, where there was art, drama, theater, film, and we created stories. Or I should say, they created their stories. For a while, I was also teaching as a professor, and I was creating programs by which students all around San Antonio were able to take advantage of the arts in terms of helping to develop not just acting skills, but skills in communication, skills in problem resolution, skills in self-esteem. Being involved in the arts is a collaborative effort. You have to learn how to work with other people. You have to learn how to give and take. It takes a lot. It takes a village. And at the end of the day, most kids, they don't care how much you, until they know how much you care. End of story. And that's why events such as this are so meaningful to me and to everyone that's here today. What a wonderful turnout. Being able to support these kids, being able to put a smile on their faces when otherwise maybe there would be none. It's worth everything. I say to you, if you have the opportunity to open doors and create avenues for a kid in your life, please do so. Take the time to do that. They're our future, and we owe it to them.
Now, let me ask you real quick in closing. You, like you said, in the 80s, it was very tough. You were stereotyped to put in there, right? But now you're kind of a trailblazer for the Hispanic, the Latinos, and stuff like that. You kind of kick down those doors. Just in closing, give some hope to some of those young Latino actors or actresses that want to make it in this industry. Let them know. What would you tell them about it, that they can make it?
I would say this: the opportunities that exist today in terms of wanting to be an actor, a director, a performer, a crew member, anything associated with the arts, you have the entire world at your fingertips, particularly if you own a smartphone or a laptop. Social media is rampant with opportunities, creating your own podcast, creating your own YouTube. And if you don't know how to do something, this or that, reach out to people that do. I think it's imperative. For those of you artists that are out there and you've been doing this maybe for a while, why not share a little of what you know or have with some of the youngsters in our community? I think it's important to pass the baton, to pass the torch. I think that's really, really important. I think it's part of who we are as leaders, especially creative leaders. I offer online acting classes for students of a variety of different ages who are interested in the business, or in how do I audition, or how do you even get into this business, or how do I avoid scams, or what is a monologue, anything like that. If you're interested in learning more about that, I'm not the only one, there's other people that do that. Reach out to me, victrevinoactor.com. You can message me. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, victrevinoactor.com. And if I don't have the answer, I can probably lead you in the right direction. But if you have a dream, keep the fire lit. Keep the fire lit. And there's no time like now to make noise about that. Everyone has a story. You have a story. And those stories are worth telling. I think what's really, really powerful is like watching something evolve on screen or on stage and have it move you so much that you can't stop thinking about it. A story, as simple as it may sound in the beginning, can be so powerful. Think about that. Think about that.
And Vic, thank you so much for taking the time out. I know you have a fan base over here looking for you. It was a pleasure, and we look forward to reaching out to you more through Latin International.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Thank you. Guys, we'll be back with some more celebrities.